Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. Hope everybody is doing well. Okay, listen y'all, I just wanted to come on and speak about the topic of customer service, and I want to ask you, how is customer service in your area? You know, we talk a lot about food prices, gas prices. Many of you share with me what you're seeing in your area, and I appreciate that because it gives me a sense of, okay, this is how the economy is. This is how the world is going outside of Georgia, which is where I am. But I just want to ask you, and I want you to be honest with me in the comments, how is customer service in your area? Have you recently had a good or bad customer service experience? An experience that just had you wondering, like, well, okay, so I won't talk about the good customer service. I'll make this video about the bad customer service, right? Because that's really the point that I'm trying to make. In your area, right, in your local community, your city, your state, wherever you're from, right, wherever you live, have you recently had a bad customer service experience? Okay, I could think of two recently that I've had, right? One of them, I was telling my husband that I had some photos. I got some photos printed. Okay, those of you all who are at least my age or older, you remember the days when you would take your camera to places like Rite Aid, Walgreens, CVS, and you would get the film developed, right? Well, nowadays, okay, in the digital world, right, I uploaded some pictures and I got them printed, right? I got them printed. I was actually at CVS, as a matter of fact. And I went in to get my order. Okay, I went into the store. Now, this particular location, it's a 24-hour location. So I didn't go there in the wee hours of the night. But I was there probably around like maybe 9, 10 o'clock. It was already dark. And I walked into the store. Nobody's at the register. Now, the register, mind you, in this particular location, once you walk in, the registers are immediately to your right. So I walk in, I don't see anybody at the register. I don't see, now, okay, so I don't see anyone at the register, but before I went in, I just saw two people come out of the store. So I'm like, okay, somebody must be in here, right? Two people just came out of the store. So I go in, I'm looking around. Hello, you know how it is, you go in the store, you don't see anybody, you need some help. Hello. Okay, I said hello. Nobody says anything, right? I don't see anybody. I'm looking around. Hello, I say it again, right? I say it again, hello. By that time, y'all, I saw a young man. Okay, he was he was navigating through some of the aisles. He was headed towards the exit. I realized that he had on the shirt, like the name tag, right? I said, excuse me, sir, I'm here to pick up my photo purchase. He was like, oh, he starts like pointing towards the back, somebody will help you. And I'm just looking like, who? And I'm thinking like, well, what's going on with him? He had a backpack on. He was like, my ride is here, I'm about to leave. And I'm like, are you able to call somebody? I've been here for, a few minutes now, nobody. It started to make me uncomfortable because I'm like, okay, here I am in the store. It's night and I don't see anybody here to help me. Like normally you have somebody there at all times. Like, what's going on? Is everybody okay? So, he kind of, I understand he was, getting off. He was about to get off. You know how it is when you get off work, you're ready to just relax. You don't want to be bothered. But he was nice enough to get on the phone. He went up there to the counter, the front counter, punched some numbers. I guess he called the back or whatever. He was like, somebody's coming. He just left out. So here I am, after he did that, here I am standing at the register, right? Or standing by the counter, still looking like, okay, who's coming? A few seconds after he called someone and after he left out the store, here comes a man walking towards the front. Now, he doesn't have on a CVS name tag. He doesn't have on the shirt. He come out with blue gloves on. So I'm like, I can't even identify that he really works for the store. So he comes out, I don't know where he came from, he just shows up, still has on blue gloves for whatever reason, right? Walks behind the counter, types in something at the register. He asks me my name, he goes over, gets the photos, rings me up. And by the whole time, I'm just looking like, what's going on here? Like, who are you, where you came from? Like, what's going on? Why don't you have on any a name tag or a company shirt? How do I really know? If I would have saw him outside of the store, even in the store, I question, like, how can I tell this person really works for CVS or not? I don't know what that was about. I don't know what was going on, but it looked very it seemed very crazy, right? So still, I'm just like, the whole experience is like, this is crazy. Like, I walked in the store, didn't see anybody. Someone could have easily, not me, someone could have easily just ran in, grabbed something, ran out, right? So you got, a loss prevention issue, you got a security issue, safety issue. Like, what's going on? Why aren't they there? So I got my photos, went on to pay for them, went on about my way, right? So that's one situation. Another situation just happened just yesterday, okay? Those of you all who shop at Target, okay, I often shop at Target, and they started this around the time of, the pandemic, where you can place your order through the app. You can drive up and pick it up, okay? You all let me know, have you all used that service before? I find it very convenient. I shop a lot at Target. I'm on the go. I can just put my order in, pick it up within 2 hours. Now, I don't know if this policy changed, but from the time you place your order on the app, at one time, okay, I don't know, like I said, I don't know if it changed, but at one time, they were guaranteeing that your order would be ready within 2 hours, right? And I use it so much, I even knew the cutoff time. Like, I think it was 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Wait a minute. Yeah, I think that's when it shuts off. And like, if you order after 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, they'll fulfill your order the next day and it'll be ready to pick up, okay? So I'm telling you, I use that service quite often. I even knew the cutoff time, okay? So yesterday, okay, before I left what I was doing, went online. I had a few items. It was a very short list, right? Few items that I needed to order from Target. I went in as I normally do, through my app, and I put the information in, sent it to the store that, I've been to this store several times, right? High traffic store, okay? Put the order in, and I was like, okay, on my way to my next destination, I'll just stop, pick up the order, keep it moving. Okay, so after I do that now, keep in mind, I'm constantly, well, I won't say constantly, I'm checking the app, checking to see if I've got a notification, right? At least when an hour and a half goes by, I start checking, okay, let me see if it's ready. Let me see, hey, your order is ready, that type of thing. You can look at the status of your online order, mobile order, whatever. So 2 hours, it's getting closer to 2 hours, right? 2 hours since I placed my order, got my confirmation. Almost 2 hours has gone by, still no confirmation. 2 hours, still haven't gotten a confirmation, right? Like 2 hours and 10 minutes, still haven't gotten a confirmation. So I'm like, well, this is weird. What's going on? Like, I had like just only a few items, right? So I leave where I was, going on my, going to my next thing, going to my next stop. Before I do that, I stop by the actual Target and I go in and I say, hey, I'm checking I had a few more things that I realized I left off my list, and I needed to go in anyway to use the restroom, maybe pick up a few other things, right? I realized, I'm looking at the time, like, nobody still did anything. Like, I didn't get I got my confirmation, but I didn't get the notification that I normally do that the order is ready for pickup. So I go in, speak to someone at customer service, a young man, and I show him, he was able to pull it up in the system and see where I placed my order. And And I was like, well, is anyone working on it? Is it ready? He was like, I'm not showing anyone's working on it. And then he proceeds to explain to me about how they're short staffed and it's only one person working the I guess drive up pickup area. And now keep in mind, the whole time I'm talking to him, I'm saying, now this is the Target customer service, right? the whole while I'm talking to him, I'm seeing like 5-6 employees, right? In Target, I don't know if you all are familiar with Target, but one of their major brand colors is red. So all the Target employees, they're gonna have on like the red shirts, red polos, or red t-shirts. I think maybe red polos, but their color is red. That's the point that I'm trying to make. So I'm looking and I'm counting, and I'm seeing like 5, the same area. Now he's a customer service. I'm seeing come from behind the customer service, right? There's like another little room where I guess they store the orders. I'm seeing like 5-6 employees coming from behind there. And I said, well, sir, I know you said, there's one person, supposed to work on it, but I've seen like 5 or 6 people come from the back room, like, what's going on? Oh, and then he explains to, then he proceeds to explain to me. And I'm not here to debate that or anything. I heard what he said and I was like, okay, I didn't debate with him. But he was telling me though, that even though I saw them, like, yeah, it is 5-6 more people, but he was saying they're working on the sales floor. Okay. But just looking, these employees, they were just talking, kind of like just chilling. They were just back and forth, having conversations or whatever. I don't know if they were really working or not. But the point I'm trying to make is, and I almost asked to speak to a manager, but I was like, you know what? By that time, I'm like, okay, the purpose of me putting my order in was so that I could just grab my items and go. I didn't have to necessarily get out, go and shop for them, stand in those long lines, because I was in a hurry. But, I was like, it's only 3 items. Now, some of you may say, okay, Andrea, you could have gotten your own things. And like I said, that is true. I could have, but I was on a particular schedule yesterday. Boom, I'm gonna stop here, get this, then I gotta be over here, then I gotta go there. Okay, that was my schedule on yesterday. Now, it wasn't necessarily the young man's fault, right? Because he just happened to be at customer service. He was nice enough to explain they only had one person working. He did say they were short staffed. Now, in my mind, remember, I'm the customer, right? I don't work there. If you tell me y'all are short staffed, right? And then I look up and I'm seeing 5 and 6 people come over, to employees, not just people, but employees coming and going out of customer service. That's kind of hard for me to understand. But then he explained that, I guess, out of all of these people, they only had one person assigned to the, mobile orders or whatever, drive up, pick up, and that the other employees were on the sales floor. He then offered and said, that I could, cancel. He apologized. I could cancel my order, which I ended up doing, right? And I eventually, went and purchased the items. But, how long can these companies, right, continue to use the excuse we're short staffed as an excuse to cover up, I don't know if that's the right term, but how long can these companies use the excuse of, oh, we're short staffed, to try to justify, that's what I wanted, the word I'm looking for, to try to justify the fact that the customer service is not the best. Target, Target, I would always say, at least when you compare Target to other stores like Walmart, at least you can find help in Target, right? There have been plenty of times, and I'm not here dissing any stores, but I'm pretty sure you may have the same experience. You've gone in the store and y'all notice how you can kind of see through my sunroof in the window. Notice how it's getting darker, right, y'all? The weather, that's a whole nother conversation, but we're supposed to be having some rain in my area. So, I always say make sure you check your local weather, know what's going on, have a plan, be safe, right? But to get back on topic, how long can these stores continue to use the excuse of, oh, we're short-staffed, or, we're short-staffed? How long can they use that to justify about the customer service. Now, some of you may say, well, Andrea, you can't blame that. It's not the one person fault. But even with them being short staffed, how is it? Even, like I said, this particular Target, I know this Target well, it's a high traffic area. How can you only have just one person working in the area? Now, like I said, I saw, and y'all listen, those same employees that I was seeing coming and going over at customer service, I then later saw them on the sales floor just huddled around talking. Okay, they didn't appear to be working. Some people may say, well, Andrea, maybe they were having a meeting, an informal meeting. I don't know, but all I know is he told me they were short-staffed, which may or may not be true. But I still feel like there should have been someone else who could have fulfilled my order, okay? As a manager, right? You can move people around to cover areas that you need covered, so that you can still deliver the product, deliver a good customer experience to your customer. Am I right or wrong, y'all? So, that's very concerning, but I would be curious to know your insight, to know whether or not you have seen or you are still seeing changes in the customer service in your area. Now, I'm talking about retail stores. There have been experiences at restaurants, food, and that's why I enjoy cooking at home, cooking my own food, because I know what's in it. I know that it's cooked well and it's good quality. These restaurants, they're moving fast, and sometimes when you're short staffed and moving fast to try to help all these customers with a smaller amount of help, that leaves a lot of room for errors. So please let me know your thoughts. How is customer service in your area? I've seen changes. I can't say that it's always been like this. Yes, I am aware that due to what some may say is labor shortages, other factors, that it may be hard for businesses to find help now. But what are some ways that businesses can work around that to still deliver good customer service? Now, some of you may say, well, Andrea, that's where, robots come into play, okay? And, Target does make use of that. The particular location where I went, they do have the self-checkout lanes. And it seems like they have added more than what I'm used to seeing. And so, that's one solution. I'm not saying it's good or bad necessarily, but I want to know, how is customer service in your area, okay? Again, y'all, thank you so much for supporting the channel. Stay tuned for more video uploads. Make sure now, some of you all were sharing with me that you are starting to get the notifications from this platform, which is good. I don't know why, for whatever reason, the platform doesn't always notify you. But, if you are, wondering, okay, I wonder, does Andrea have any videos out? If you don't get the notification, feel free to check the videos tab. There are several tabs here on the channel. Make sure you check the videos tab. The playlist is where I have certain videos grouped together. So, you can be informed and you can learn. So just check the playlist tab. You can also check the community tab. That's where I make posts. You're also able to respond and make posts on the community tab as well as the live tab. Okay, that's where all of my live videos, you can go back, watch the replay, and you can also leave a comment there as well. Okay, again, y'all, the question I'm asking is, what is customer service like currently in your area? You can talk about customer service at retail stores, restaurants, whatever entity you choose. Okay, again, thank y'all so much for supporting the channel. Stay tuned for more news and commentary you can use right here on Andrea Speaks TV.